This is resurfaced footage that Katt Williams been speaking out before the Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay show. Yo, y'all not gonna believe this. Katt Williams been speaking out, telling the truth about what's going on behind the scenes. Watch this, y'all. Check it out.
Katt, you are definitely one of the most controversial comedians in the game.
Thank you.
What is, like, the craziest
Is he
thing?
more controversial than Richard Pryor?
For
Nope.
this time he is, for this era.
Okay, talk to me.
Which
She would know.
is the most outrageous thing you've heard about yourself, true or false, in media, whatever, that was just like, wow.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, so technically this story doesn't have anything to do with me.
Okay.
Because I've never been the funniest person on the planet at any point. So now, it doesn't matter if people have a different opinion, and it doesn't matter if my fans think differently. They're biased. They should think differently. But now, Dave Chappelle has always been funnier than me. And Chris Rock has always been funnier than me. I've always been aware of who was funnier than me. I've just also been aware of who wasn't. So now I know the real Bernie Mac stories, and I know that the people that made money off Bernie Mac didn't like him. They hated his guts. And that was our king. That was our real king for all of those of us who was out there doing it for $20 for 45 minutes on some almost a hoe.
Well, I know what you.
That's why Katt Williams didn't like Steve Harvey. He knew what Steve Harvey was up to when it came down to Bernie Mac. He was jealous of Bernie Mac. And Katt Williams seen that.
And I know Bernie Mac. I'm from Chicago.
I'm saying that was our real comedy king.
You gave him his first job.
Not how it went down, not how it ended up, because sometimes the victors rewrite history, but by the same token, God is there for us, and sometimes his best gift to us is getting us out. So right when Bernie had proven his point, and right when Bernie showed everybody who he actually was, and curtain scene, just like Rick James. Rick James was in obscurity, and then God said, you know what? You can run them bases one more time. And he ran them bases one more time, and that's what it was. I'm saying, Heavy D was, I was with him every day before he went. Yvette Wilson was living in my house when, I'm saying, I'm saying.
Talk to us.
It's a different
Tell the
Hollywood
story.
than the Hollywood. And the reason you don't know these stories is there's no one to tell you these stories. Because you can't make me tell them.
That's right.
Yeah, but
You see how he had his head all down and stuff? You think he woozy? The burden is weighing down on him. When you got a lot of information just stored up in your mind like that, it wears on you, y'all. That's why they say heavy is the head who wears the crown.
I'm saying it's always like what it said, controversial Katt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Should be.
Where Katt being? Is he better than Jamie? Is he better than Kevin Hart?
No.
Is he better than Dave Chappelle?
Absolutely.
You know? Well, I like that you say that. But your
we
fans
take it
have
another
a
way.
difference of opinion.
We your fans. We think
I
you
can
cold.
prove my points.
Well, that's why I said your fans have a difference of opinion.
But Dave Chappelle was decapitated in front of us. And until we deal with that, until we deal with the fact that a devout Muslim who doesn't eat bacon was accused of being a crackhead, until we establish the fact that they said that he went to Africa to smoke cocaine when we know they don't have running water and food over there, when they don't have paved roads over there. You saying he flew past Chicago and Miami and LA and New York and Detroit. You saying he went past Cleveland and Fort Pierce, Florida, and he went past Okeechobee and Oakland. You say he went to another country where they're not eating?
Right.
You talking about somebody who has a wife and children, 5 children, and lives on a farm, doesn't live here in Hollywood. You saying you convince people that person was an insane crackhead, and he hasn't been on movies and TV for 8 years? Is that correct? Okay, then don't tell me about what you want to tell me about. I just watched you decapitate the king in front of me, and then act like he's supposed to catch up and be a regular comedian like everybody else. But no.
He didn't go for that.
That's not how it went. He was out there with us for 20 years. They called him Pilot Boy because he had 19 pilots in Hollywood, and everybody passed on him and said his show wasn't worth it.
What do you think of
Then
his
when he
comeback?
made $500 million, they said even though his contract said he should get half of it, they said he made too much for the contract to be valid, so we'll offer you 10% of what you made. You mean he made $500 million and they offered him 50? Yes. And he said, what do you think my fans are going to say?
$500 million, y'all. I want y'all to wrap y'all heads around this. They try to call Dave Chappelle crazy. Y'all remember when he was in front of Oprah Winfrey? And he was like, that's dismissive. You just don't call nobody crazy. Why would somebody just sit up there and just move to Africa? Even with Martin Lawrence, people just don't go crazy like that. It's something going on in Hollywood behind the scenes. They're doing something to these celebrities when they don't act according, when they don't act the way they want them to act. They want them to be puppets, y'all. And it's not a human thing to sit there and let somebody control you. And that's what we see.
When they find out you offered me 10% of what I made you, and they said your fans will believe that you're a crazy crackhead by the time you get home. And my nigga got on the flight in LA, and by the time he got to Ohio, it was so. And 8 years.
What do that threat sound like? They telling him your fans gonna think that you a crazy crackhead. What that sound like? What kind of threat do that sound like? Do y'all remember when Kanye West was text messaging that doctor and he told him that he gonna put him back in the crazy house if he don't cooperate? It's the same thing. All of this stuff is just don't add up for nothing. This is real talk, y'all. This is real stuff. This is actually happening behind the scenes. So Katt Williams been speaking out. Just nobody's talking about these type of interviews. But we going to start going over all of them. We going to have to comb through it all just to see what's really going on. Even though we really know what's going on, Katt Williams been speaking out. He been speaking out, y'all.
Years later, he hasn't been in a movie and or television. Is just now trying to do his real comeback at Radio City Music Hall. It bees like that sometimes. So now you can be the fake king or you can be the real king, but heavy is the head.
Heavy is the head who wears the crown. I just said that. Are you going to put yourself in a compromised position just to be on top? Drake. Some people would do it. Some people, bruh, everybody is not the same. Some people hold on to their morals. Some people hold on what their grandmother taught them when they was young. And they not gonna go for it. Some people gonna go for it all and just head for destruction. Look at Britney Spears. Look at her. It's a lot of people who crashed out, y'all, because they slowly started to realize what it's like being in the upper echelon in Hollywood. Now they know this ain't for me. I should have tapped out when I had the chance. Now they see. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. It's getting wild, bro. He been speaking out. He been speaking out. Big Cash signing out. I'm going, y'all.